Hi guys, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day here today. We're in Zano. It's a beautiful part of Bali. Birds are singing, the sea is just there. It's adorable today. Anyway guys, this is an interesting topic. It's one which I extensively talk about in my new book, The Power of Moldavite, coming soon. I'll be doing a world tour on the power of Moldavite, traveling to many countries, America, Canada, all over the world. For you who do not know who I am, I basically 16 years ago I became a healer. Sorry about the noise guys, it's just behind me here is air conditioning units, so you're gonna have to put up with the noise. Yeah, funny how I've sat here 20 minutes, not a sound, and all of a sudden now I do this video, the noises behind start to kick off. Interesting, right? How many times has that happened? Interested, eh? Anyway, hopefully you won't hear anything and it won't be too loud. The topic of conversation today is one which is extremely important. It really is important. And I think Moldavite's being hijacked at the moment. Why is that? Well, all you need to do is look at social media. It's become fashionable now to be spiritual. It's become fashionable to wear crystals. All the superstars are now wearing them, you know, and we've come to a stage now where we've lost the real understanding of crystals. It's just bling. It's kind of like nobody really truly understands. And even when people start to get a grip of understanding crystals, whether from this world or out of this world, like Moldavite, they start to jump on bandwagons. The shock energy, the fear, which is the main seller of anybody who wants to promote themselves. Fear is the biggest seller of all. I've promoted love, healing. You know how difficult it is to promote love and healing? Nobody wants to hear that. Most people just want to hear fear. They want to hear, so, oh my God, be careful, or oh my God, don't do that. But when you're spreading love and compassion and healing, it's a challenge because people are bored, they don't really care, they just want to hear shock, shock, shock. So whenever you see somebody promoting fear, selling the shock energy of doomsday or the bad things this can do and what can do, you've got to ask yourself, why are they doing it? A lot of the times they sell this kind of fear because it raises their platform, more likes, more people watching. Why? Because people buy into fear more than love. Simple as that. So that's the first thing you need to be aware of straight away. And then this ego kicks in, and then people sometimes are just a bit silly because they don't really know what they're talking about because they've just had one experience. Now, Moldavite, if you've worked with Moldavite for a decade and a half, I think you've got a little bit more experience than somebody who's just jumped onto the bandwagon and said, oh, this is bad because I've had one experience. No, that's one experience, my dear friend, and that could have many implications why that experience happened. And not just a Moldavite, it might just be that the Moldavite helped awaken you up to something that was suppressed inside you. That's one thing. The other thing is, well, let's start from the beginning, shall we? My name is Bajerski, and I am in the process of writing a very controversial book, and it's regarding this little beauty here. It's called Moldavite. Moldavite is a very interesting crystal, and when I first picked a piece of Moldavite up, I felt as if my whole body was levitating. I actually felt my whole body lift from my physical body. I was so impressed by its amazing ability to shift my energy instantly. I was hooked. I was on a lifetime journey from that moment on to understand Moldavite. If I was to say to you that if I took that one experience and then shared it with the world, would it be true? Partly it would be true, but the other part, which is ultimately important, I've missed out. And that is all the other feelings, all the other thoughts, the other experiences, the other healing process that I was going through with Moldavite. So why am I making this video? Okay, I woke up this morning and I'm getting fed up of people sending me videos of guys and girls saying Moldavite's dangerous. I mean, I've been working with Moldavite 16 years every day. Do I look as if I'm dead? Has it killed me? And do I look like there's something wrong with me? You've actually seen me over 2 years. You've seen me since I started making these videos. You've seen the process of me. Do I look worse than I did 2 years ago? Do I look worse? Look at my first video on lemons. Look at me now. It's interesting because the videos that you've sent me, I've got to be honest with you guys, I don't watch them. I don't buy into fear. And kind of like what upsets me a little bit, it breaks my heart a little bit, but I've done so many videos on Moldavite. I've explained to you how it works and what the process can be and how to get out there and feel it and experience and become your own guru, become your own teacher with crystals. How easy it is that you buy into one person's video and then start having doubts. I want to just say to you, if you're doing that, then are you actually really, truly understanding Moldavite? I mean, if you have to be convinced over somebody telling you about a piece of Moldavite, then you're not doing the work. If somebody told me Moldavite did this and that, I'd go, wow, that's interesting. Do you think I'd just believe them? I have to feel. I was introduced to a piece of Moldavite and I felt something and I had to experience it, and then I was so taken back by it that I wanted to understand it more. If somebody says to me, Mark, I've found this amazing crystal, it's doing this, it's doing that, first thing I'd say to him is, where did you hear that? And most people would say, well, I watched it on a video. And say, well, do you actually feel it? And do you know? Well, no, but everybody's saying it does. And I'd say, well, I don't buy into that, but let me feel that piece and let's see what it does for me. And then I'd say to them, well, it didn't do that to me, but this is what it's done to me. And that then becomes my own experience, my own understanding. But that doesn't mean that's it. That experience is just that one moment. What about the rest of the experiences over the year? So when somebody makes a video and you send it to me, I don't watch it. I don't need to watch somebody else's videos experience of Moldavite because that's their experience. But what I've actually found is a lot of these people who are sending messages on social media and who are putting videos up saying Moldavite is dangerous, it's a capture of an audience to sell their site. That's my humble opinion. But then let's just break that down, shall we? Let's say somebody says, oh, I had an experience with Moldavite and it wasn't a good experience. Well, first of all, what was that experience to begin with? Was that experience a mantra? Was it a meditation? Did you go into isolation and start to visualize and feel things? And if that's the case, if you've gone through that, why would it be the Moldavite that made you feel so bad? Could it not have been that the Moldavite was heightening your experience and heightening your energy, and actually you were frightened because you didn't want to go beyond anything because you were feeling all sorts of stuff, and quite possibly what you were feeling was your suppressed fears or of past life or of any issues that needed to be released. Now I can say that would make more sense to me. If you are feeling and think, shit, that it brought some real heavy shit up, now I understand. But why would anybody go through that and then send a message on social media or put a video up telling people not to wear Moldavite because it's dangerous? Moldavite is the most beautiful crystal in our world. It was sent to us by the universe. Was it sent to us to hurt us, to cause us pain, to bring... It's a talisman. It's been worn by kings and queens. It's been worn by seers. It's been used by the most amazing shamans in the world. And you're listening to one person's experience that they attached to a Moldavite, which has got probably nothing to do with the Moldavite other than the Moldavite helping you release suppressed energy. Is it connecting you to things that are so dark and dangerous? Well, I've been working with them for 16 years. I've handled probably over 10,000 pieces of Moldavite. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You're telling me about your experience, and I ask you how many times you've used Moldavite. Only once. Okay, so you are now coming up with an explanation to the world saying it's dangerous because of once or maybe 6 months or a year. How about working with it 16 years and then coming back to me and then saying, well, actually, Mark, I've worked with it for 16 years every day. Not part-time people, not the ones who say they're healers and actually do it when you really ask them, well, come on then, be honest, how many healing sessions have you done? Really, how many? Well, maybe once every couple of weeks. Yeah, so you're like a part-time healer now, so you're not really a full-time healer. When you speak to people who have been doing it full-time, like me, for 16 years, full-time for 12 years solid, then maybe I would say, okay, I'm interested in listening to you, because not only do you have one perspective, but you have 12 years perspective, 12 years of understanding, 12 years of experience. And I can tell you this for a fact, guys, 12 years of experience with Moldavite, I've come to the understanding that I know nothing. So I can't really share with you what Moldavite does because it does so much. It's so diverse. So how dare I say that Moldavite is dangerous? Because that's not true. Moldavite isn't amazing, it isn't dangerous, it isn't powerful, it's everything and nothing. It does so much and does nothing. So you can't relate to Moldavite as one thing. It's impossible. Because Moldavite is an amazing crystal that helps you with your spiritual growth. It helps you attune to energies that maybe takes longer for you to attune to if you do that on a level of pure natural work as a spiritual awakener. So Moldavite is a talisman. It is an amplifier for your energy to heighten. It is an amplifier for your pains, feelings, sufferings, worries, fears, anxieties. Moldavite is amazing in many different ways. Does Moldavite make you feel bad? Of course it does. Does it make you feel happy? Of course it does. Does it make you feel sad, anxious, angry? Does it make you feel like blown away? Does it astral travel you? It helps you with all of those things. But ultimately, you are that crystal. You are the power. You are the source of everything. Moldavite is merely your best friend to help you in certain parts of your journey in life. Now, I'm not going to go into any more detail about this other than to say to you, listen guys, on a final note, is Moldavite dangerous? My message to you is, if you believe one person telling you it's dangerous, then there's nothing I can do. If you take your Moldavite today and place it in your hand and say to yourself, let's have a think, what can we say to ourselves? Okay, yeah, we can say to ourselves, well, if I believe that there is a higher purpose of my journey, if I believe that my family who passed away from this world actually don't just turn to dust, they move into the spirit world and they're around me at any given moment. And if I truly believe that, then there might be a possibility that they're always working with us. That synchronicity is not just coincidence, that it is actually Spirit's helping hand. It is part of our journey that I am holding this piece of Moldavite and Tactite in my hand now. 2 pieces of crystals that are from out of this world. And I'm holding them because out of all the millions and millions of other things I could be holding, that this has now entered into my hand. So there must be meaning and purpose of it. So if there is meaning and purpose of you watching this video, if there is meaning and purpose in everything that we do and go through, then surely that this must mean something to you. That this must mean that it's being placed into your hand for your next beautiful adventure, your next heightened awareness, your next healing, your next release, your next challenge. Maybe, just maybe, that this isn't just coincidence that you're watching this video, that this crystal that you hold in your hand is something that is going to help you along your journey. That is my truth. And I know with my hand on my heart, if you are watching this now and you are interested in Moldavite, don't you dare listen to one person to tell you to stop you from experiencing something that they experienced in their own way. Don't listen to people like that. Don't buy into fear, or else you'll never do anything in this world. You'll never walk out of your door if you read the horoscopes that say don't go out today. I mean, your life is who you are, what you make of it. What you feel and experience from a Moldavite is only your experience, nobody else. What other people share to you should never put you off. It should be, okay, well, that's your experience, let me try it. Be your own guru, be your own teacher, be your own experimenter of Moldavite. See how it feels for you. You know how many millions of people every day talk about Moldavite changing their life for the better? And yet we listen to one person, one man, who says it's dangerous and you should only wear it at certain times, or one woman who says you shouldn't touch it because it's evil. Really? Well, why did you touch it then? Why do you work with it? Why was that then? So you're allowed to do that and nobody else is because now you're telling them not to? No. A true teacher wants you to experience. A true teacher wants you to feel because they know that your journey is about why you're here. The experience, the journey. So whenever you hear me talking to you, you've never seen a video ever of me telling you not to buy a crystal, not to wear a crystal, that a crystal is dangerous, because it's nonsense. A crystal is beautiful, it's healing, and it helps your spiritual progress and your healing progress. So please guys, on a final note, don't buy into fear, and please don't send me videos of people saying that Moldavite's dangerous. Please, honestly, it doesn't work with me, and it's like, it says a lot about you and your fear and worry and your belief in somebody else when I'm saying to you, get yourself out there and try it. On a final note guys, the one thing I want to share with you, forget all that now, but on a final note, here's a little tip for you. When I first started doing this healing work, I didn't have much money, okay? That's the truth. I was pretty skint all the time. We were struggling to make ends meet in Spain. And I was getting into crystals. You know what I used to do? I used to have more crystals in this world than anybody else, even though I had no money. And do you know how I did it? I went to my local crystal store and I spent hours in there feeling crystals. And when I walked out of that store, I took that energy with me. I felt amazing. So if you don't have any money, a crystal shop owner loves you to come in and feel crystals if they are truly a crystal seller of the way of, I believe that crystals should be sold. They should be held, and the crystal owner should be interested in what you have to say and what you have to feel, and then you have a lovely conversation, and that's what it's all about, the sharing of crystals. And I'm really seriously thinking now about opening my first crystal store and maybe having 100 crystal stores around the world, and for people to come in and share the experience, just to feel them, not just to buy them, but to feel them, and have a special room where people can choose a crystal and go into that room with meditation and sit there and enjoy it and feel it. And you don't even need to buy it, just enjoy it. And people, if they want to buy, then that's a bonus. So that's a little tip, and it's what I did. I went down to my crystal shop and picked up Moldavites, which I could never afford, and picked up different crystals and felt them and enjoyed the energy, and then walked out, and that lasted me for many days, sometimes weeks. It's just a little tip guys. I want to shift the energy from negative, of people talking negative, to positive. But you know what guys, it's your choice. It's up to you whether you want to watch negative videos or you want to watch powerful love, healing and real teachings. And any decent teacher out there won't send fear to you, really they won't. You're here to experience whatever you will within the crystal world. On a final note guys, the crystal isn't anything negative. It is a beautiful thing. However, you can get people with intentions which are negative. Have a think about that and remember that too next time you watch a video of people putting out negativity out there. Have a great day guys, from my heart to yours. Thank you for going to Bajerski.com and buying your crystals last night. I did see some amazing crystals chosen last night. Boom, you've chosen some beauties. I hope you love them as much as I loved working with each individual beautiful crystal that I love with all my heart and treasure. And Moldavite is no exception. It is the crystal of crystals. It is my crystal that blew me away, and to listen and till this day, 16 years, I have done nothing but be in awe of this beautiful crystal. Have a great day, guys. Take care of yourself. From my heart to yours. Be strong, be beautiful, and be your own guru, and trust. Feel the Moldavite and ask yourself, what does it do for you? That is your answer, not somebody on social media spreading fear. Take care. Bye.